All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. You know, once upon a time, we would depend on our magazines and our newspapers to keep up to date, and our radio stations. Now we got the internet, too. So
Yes.
it's a good supplement. And Kelli Hart is one of the people who brings us the information, not only in the magazine, but on the internet. We follow you. We follow Ocala Magazine on Facebook and all that. And, of course, this is Ocala Magazine Radio.
Yes, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
I'm glad you're okay. You sound like you had a close call with the truck driver.
Yes, I did. I can still see this. There's this huge semi-truck that's parked outside of Sears over there. I don't know what they're delivering, but he was definitely in a hurry.
And was rude to you.
And very rude, and blew through a stop sign, and I made a call. I'm that person.
You did make a call?
I'm the person.
Oh, wow.
I'm that person that makes the call.
Did you make a call to the number on the back of the truck? How am I doing? That kind of...
Yeah, no. Ironically, there was no number.
Oh,
I looked for it, of course. So what I had to do was take to the internet and put in the name of the company, and they had their Department of Transportation number on their truck, and so I searched by that, and boom, there's the phone number. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So he gets a nice report whenever he gets back to where he's going.
Yeah, well, you have to have some level of responsibility when you're operating such heavy machinery as that. And so to be flying around in a mall parking lot, there's just...
There was the story.
Can
I tell you a story from this morning? This is from Beverly Hills, California.
Okay. Some
of these rich Saudi guys got kicked. They take their Ferraris, they drive 80 miles an hour down a 40-mile-an-hour road, right? And they're on videotape in Beverly Hills. This is a neighborhood. This is a family neighborhood where the kids play. The kids walk to school. So because these videos are being made by the neighbors, they put them online. It becomes news. A news guy goes out there. The guy in the Ferrari doesn't want anything. Don't take that camera off of me. I don't want the camera, right? So he says, well, I don't know if you know this, but in America, we have freedom of press, so I want to get you on camera. He goes, F America, and he flings a cigarette at the guy's face.
Oh, no.
Now, these guys have diplomatic immunity because they are from Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Who knows? So they can just do whatever they want? This is the craziest thing. We need to fix something there.
Yeah, I think if you say anything like that about our America, you should just be sent right back to wherever it is that you were happier, I suppose.
Do you know, and the fact that he's driving 80 miles an hour, and talking about the parking lot in the mall, oh gosh, you see people doing it all the time, not just truck drivers.
No, well, and early in the morning when I get here, because the mall's opening up, you'll see people just kind of cut across.
Right.
Instead of going up and down the aisles like you would have to if there were cars, they think, oh, well, it's empty, so I'll just cut across. But, that kind of stuff leads to...
And you don't know, and they're not looking. You can tell they're not looking. Yeah,
you can tell they're not looking.
Right.
So, and speaking about things like that on the internet, my topic today, I want to talk about why you should like Ocala Magazine on Facebook. And I have a couple of reasons that I think anybody listening who has not already liked us on Facebook should consider and take a moment and go and like us. Right now we are doing best of the best, and one of the ways that we put the link out there for people to be able to vote is through our Facebook page. And one of the ways that we collected nominations for Best of the Best, and even some new category suggestions, was through our Facebook page. And, we're really proud of our Facebook page because, we have a company that works on our website and that keeps track of all these stats about how many people come through our website and how many people come through our Facebook page and that type of thing. And what's really exciting is we get a report back every week or every second week that will compare the engagement and the activity on the Ocala Magazine Facebook page versus other publications. And, sometimes we get really wrapped up in the number of likes or followers, but as you know, a lot of times those types of things are not organic. They can be purchased just like promotional pieces can be bought and purchased. So we've worked really hard to make sure that our followers on Facebook are organic, because it's really important to our advertisers. If you have a car audio dealership and you're advertising with us, you need to know that the people that like us on our page opted in to like us, and also that they can pop into your shop at any moment and actually spend money with you.
Right.
So, somebody, out in the Hamptons or somebody in Beverly Hills, we love for people to read our content, and they can do so on our website. But it's really important for us to make sure that the people that we engage with on Facebook are organic. So it's exciting to see that although the truth of the matter is our followers may not be the most in comparison to other publications, but our engagement is 400 times more.
Well,
so that's really, really important.
Yeah, and good for you. One of the things that I think innocently people did was when they got the Facebook pages, they would get an ad, maybe an email, say, hey, we can increase your numbers. And you just didn't realize that these weren't going to be real people.
Right.
These were going to. The thought was, oh, so I pay you $100 and you get me 1,000 new likes?
Sure.
That's great.
Well, it looks impressive.
Well, you think it's real people.
Right.
Early on. I mean, Facebook, we all became a lot more sophisticated since then. But
Sure. And, it's like anything else that we do. It's all about quality. It's important to me. It's important to the Ocala Magazine family to make sure that when someone spends their money with us, it's maximized in the best way possible. So we want to make sure that whenever, let's say we have a restaurant that's having a special and we take their ad and we post it on our Facebook page for them, which we love to do. It's part of what we do for our advertisers, that the people that we're reaching are people that can go in and see the special and buy it, and not somebody that is not going to either not see it because they're not human, or they don't even have access to it because they're thousands of miles away. So
Right,
it's really,
right.
really important to us, and that's why the content that we put on our page is important to us. We do a lot of in-house type things. Obviously, if something exciting is going on at Ocala Magazine, like the FMA Awards, those are the types of things we want to put out for the people following us on Facebook. But likewise, we utilize it as an extension of advertising. So if somebody is an advertiser in our print, publication, then obviously we want to help them reach another target audience, which is those people that engage on Facebook. So
Right.
it's really important. A lot of people, I'm the type of person that, I get these invites, everybody does. And I'll like most everything, because if I'm not familiar with it, I obviously want to know more about it.
Right.
Then I'll wait until the content starts pouring in to see and decide if it's something that I enjoy seeing every day in my timeline, or if it's something that's rather annoying.
So what do you think about the announcement that they might have an empathy button? Not a dislike button, but an empathy button.
Yeah. Here's my thing. So to me, it's kind of negative.
I'm not sure what an empathy button is.
So it's, the thumbs up is the like button.
Right.
So the empathy button would be the
Thumbs down?
The thumbs down.
Oh, I thought empathy would be not quite a thumbs down. Like for example, if somebody says, okay, I was just diagnosed with cancer. Well, you don't want to hit like on that.
Right, no.
But you could say, oh gosh, I empathize with you. I don't dislike
Right.
that. Well, I would dislike that actually, but
So I don't know. I think if we just start, even in texts and stuff, it's the world is trying to figure out ways to make things easier. And in doing so, I think we're becoming super lazy. If someone posted on Facebook,
right.
I just got diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
I would hope that you could take a few more seconds
To
to
type an actual
say,
message, yeah.
I am so sorry, can I pray for you, or something along those lines.
Right.
Or even if it's something private, rather than to click a button that says, like frowny face, or whatever it might be, just to take that moment.
Right,
I think the like button is great, because you can go through and just say, oh,
by the way,
I like that new purse you got. I'm not going to take my time to say, wow, cool purse or something maybe, but when it comes to empathy, can we not just type out?
I hate when somebody
words?
doesn't like something. I don't like it. I'm like too sensitive or something.
Really?
Well, yeah. Like on YouTube, we'll put a video up on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is the one that has the thumbs down, right? Yeah. So then you get, 54 thumbs up and 5 or 6 thumbs down. It's like, why? Why didn't you like this?
Sure.
What was possibly wrong with this?
I know.
It's a little lady dancing.
Right. What could be wrong with this? I don't know. It's so funny because Phil Durlam, our creative director at the magazine, he's super sensitive about likes. So he'll post something and then I'm sitting right across from him,
Right.
and I might even say something to him, and he's like, "You didn't like my
Yeah, how come you didn't
post?"
like it?
I'm like, "Hey, I'm pretty protective over my likes. If I like something, it's because I genuinely, like it."
By the way, I posted a photo of our friend Doug, who had a birthday the other day.
I saw that.
Did you happen to read what flavor ice cream he chose?
Was it Cheetos or something?
Cheetos,
Yeah,
yes.
Cheetos. Is that a real thing?
Yes. I don't know if the kids made it up. It's at that Twisties place, the one that looks like an ice cream cone.
Right.
So
He asked for Cheetos?
Well, they asked him if he would like a sample, and I said, "Oh, Doug is chocolate ice cream all the way. He doesn't even want a cone. He just wants chocolate ice cream." But he loves it. Had a whole big, cup of it. So
Of Cheeto ice cream.
took him out to vote.
Fantastic.
He helped Matthew Wardell win, by the way.
Fantastic. Every vote counts. If you didn't know before,
He
then
won by
now you
96
have to
votes,
know
which
every
means
vote
that
counts.
1 out of 96 people made a big difference for Matthew,
Absolutely.
including Doug.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, and even the internet and how it influences our votes and things of that nature. I mean, watching everybody, oh gosh, it got like pretty terrible close to the end with people's going back and forth.
In that race, it did?
I thought so.
Oh, really?
I thought so.
I didn't catch any of that.
I thought so. I thought there was a few digs here and there that I was watching happen. And
For the mayor also, or just for the city council?
No, I think it was mostly council. I think it was mostly council.
Oh, I got to go back and read them.
Yeah. If you go back and you read and you see, I mean, there was a few things going on, but it's politics, so you have to appreciate the passion that people have for their preferred candidates.
Anybody do a Donald Trump on anybody? Did they just name call?
I don't think so. No, I think we have a city that we can be pretty proud of in the way of how we argue our politics.
Well, and we've done politics forever on the radio, and I've always said, although there's some exceptions to this, that we've had pretty clean campaigns.
Yeah,
not a whole lot of mudslinging. I think the sheriff's race last time that was pretty muddy.
That was super muddy. That even
had a mistress involved. That was a cool story.
Yeah, well, I guess it was cool in the way of a story, but...
I mean, as far as being entertaining and something that,
It was very entertaining. It really drew a lot of attention. I'm not exactly sure that I agree with that business being put out there, and I don't necessarily think that really affects the job that I think Dan Kuhn would have done as sheriff, but that's in the past, and it wasn't up to me to decide, so...
It was weird. I went to a wedding, and it was a church in the forest or someplace called the Cowboy Church, and so there's no air conditioning, so they have these handheld fans, and all of the fans were made out of the remnants from Dan Kuhn's campaign.
Really?
Yeah. So all the fans say vote for Dan Kuhn when everybody's fanning themselves in this church.
Fantastic.
I should have taken a picture of it.
No, that's great. Yeah. Well, that's one way to, I guess, recycle. So. We'll take a break, and then whenever we come back, I'll go over a few more
things in the magazine.
A few more things on Facebook and in the magazine that you don't want to miss.
So before we take the break,
sure.
Real quick question: as somebody in journalism,
yes,
do you like or would you prefer to not be involved in any of the political stuff? Would you rather just divorce yourself from everything political?
No.
No, you like the political stuff.
I like the political stuff. I like the local political stuff. You won't really see me voice my opinion on national political stuff because I don't really feel like there's a need one way or another. But I do feel like because I love this city so much and I'm, a person, I vote, I pay taxes.
So you're happy with the results from Tuesday?
I am very happy.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. We'll take a little break and be right back with Kelli. Hart, let me push this button and we'll get it going. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A flood watch is in effect for coastal counties through this evening. There'll be drenching showers and thunderstorms mainly in the afternoon today. Otherwise, variably cloudy, high of 83 to 86. Still thunderstorm this evening. Otherwise, some clouds with a low of 71 to 73. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a stray thunderstorm, a high of 86 to 88. Thunder shower mainly near the coast Sunday. Otherwise, partly sunny, high 88 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Nestled in the heart of horse country, just off I-75 exit 354, the award-winning and newly refreshed Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala invites you to pamper yourself in one of our comfy guest rooms. Enjoy our free and fast Wi-Fi, heated outdoor swimming pool, 24-hour fitness center, and our deluxe continental breakfast. Other on-site amenities include a restaurant, putt-putt golf, and a car wash. Go happy, go Hojo at the Howard Johnson Inn of Ocala, proud sponsor of Friday Night High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Are you looking for a durable farm fence to keep your horses enclosed or a beautiful vinyl fence to give that finishing touch to your home? Seminole Fence has over 20 years of experience in providing quality fence products and services for farm and residential properties. Let them surround your property with a fence that provides privacy, security, and stunning appeal. Don't wait. Contact them today at 352-208-0959 for a free estimate. Seminole Fence, working hard to build fences and harder to build relationships. You're listening to Florida State Football on WOCA, brought to you by the fine sponsorship of Ocala BMW Porsche, Tri-Eagle Sales and Distribution, and the Marion County Seminoles Club. We'd like to thank all our fine sponsors for all their contributions so that we can bring you Florida State Seminoles football. So once again, thanks to Ocala BMW Porsche, Tri-Eagle Sales, and the Marion County Seminole Club.
Do you drink bottled water because you don't like the taste of your tap water, or you suspect it's not safe?
Not anymore. I went to SafewayWater.com. Their water doctors make free house calls, and they are trained water treatment professionals.
If your water is under the weather or you're dealing with well water problems, call Safeway Water at 855-999-SAFE.
And be sure to drink plenty of water each day to keep the doctor away. Safeway Water.
SafewayWater.com.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
We're talking politics. This is Ocala Magazine Radio. Kelli Hart is in the studio, and you've got a new magazine with a football player on the front.
Yes, we do. It's our football issue. We've gotten so much awesome feedback on the content and the photography, and I mean everything in the way of it being football themed and the content coming together. It might be one of my favorite issues that I've done, and I've done now. You know, I think this was my 24th,
so can I speculate
my 24th issue.
As to why? Because it's fun. Football is fun. Music is fun. Politics isn't fun. I would rather never have to do anything with politics.
Yeah.
I would rather approach politics the way Jimmy Fallon approaches it. He just lets them come on and have fun with them.
Oh, with fun. Well, yeah.
Yeah, forget about the issues. Let's just have fun.
Let's have fun. Get to know them as the person and, and not maybe what they stand for. Well, I mean, this issue, what was so fun about it is, and I've said this before, is, every single month we have a variety of layers to the magazine. So our content, there might be something, a national topic, there might be a profile on someone local that's done something amazing or something about military or whatever it is. There's several different layers so that when you're flipping through the book, you're getting, sample of a variety of topics. Where this particular month, we decided to do a themed book. And so everything ties back into itself, which was challenging, but also a lot of fun. Plus, it has a Gator player on the front. So, I mean, what better team to have representing the front of the beautiful Ocala magazine? So it really was a lot of fun. In fact, yesterday, I had taken a photo that we weren't able to use within the magazine, but it was a really awesome photo of Keanu Neal, who's on our cover, and created like a little graphic that said, have you picked up this month's Ocala magazine? And so many people responded to me about that photo, and it was just a little tiny, it was really nothing. I mean, it was on Facebook, but it was an awesome shot that Chris was able to capture and do some filtering on. And so even still, like mid-month, there's still quite a buzz about Keanu being on the cover and the content. So that's really
cool.
A lot of fun.
Do you know, if you go into a restaurant that you've had an article about, sometimes they will have the article itself in a frame.
Yeah.
A nice frame.
Yes.
Is that something you guys do, or is that something they just take it to a frame shop or something?
I've seen both. So I've seen people that have taken the magazine, they've gone to a local framer, and then I know there's a company, I don't know exactly the name of them. I'm not really sure, but what they do is, they get the magazines every month, and I'm sure they do it for all the magazines, and they contact the people within the stories, and they say, hey, can we create this plaque for you? And it's like either on mahogany or black wood, or they have a couple different options. But I can recall years ago when I was not working for the magazine, but was one of the 40 under 40 recipients, they reached out, and I was like, yeah, sure, create it. And it was really nice. It was a nice plaque of sorts with the little engraved. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have it hanging up at your office?
I don't. I have it hanging up at home. I have a couple from, Best of the Best when I had the flower shop. And
right.
So once I got the one, I thought, well, I'll just
that's a nice
have a little
keepsake.
collection.
That's
Yeah.
nice
No, it's
keepsake.
beautiful keepsake. So, and that's especially if you're in business. If you've had a write-up on your business or some type of profile or spotlight, certainly hang it in your business. I mean, there's nothing better than for someone to walk in and see that you've been in the press.
Featured,
I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
Restaurants
great
do
news.
it all the time. I see their articles all the time. So.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, and then we take those articles. So every month we take those articles. Of course, they're online, but then we also share them out throughout the month on Facebook, because it's very easy then for people to not just read it, but if they do like it, to then click share and share it out that way. So we get a lot of traffic in the way of doing that on Facebook. So that's another reason to like the Ocala Magazine Facebook page, because sometimes you try to get your hands on an issue, maybe later after the fact, they've all been gone, and you're able to do that very, very easily, and then also share it out. So we've had people spotlighted in Ocala Magazine, local people, obviously, but their family might live up north, and so it's a really easy way to share it out with all of your friends.
What do you do to keep your finger? It's a cliche that you have your finger on the pulse of Ocala, but what do you do to keep your finger on the pulse of Ocala? What do you do? How do you keep in touch with this city?
Well, so I'm a busybody, and I'm always looking. And that's why I spend so much time on social media, because I have found a lot of really great leads to some pretty amazing stories.
So social media is a good way to do it.
Social media is amazing. Being a part of clubs and organizations, I'm friends with, for example, Megan Shea at the centers, so when big things are going on there, she's able to contact me. I'm a Rotarian now, so that's provided another outlet. Just last night, I was talking to Angie Lewis, and she said, do you know these people? And I think it's Horses and Heroes. And I didn't know much about it, and so now she's been able to put me in contact with those people. So it just kind of happens. And the more that it happens, and the more people I meet, of course, they'll say, I have a great story for you. And so it's just a domino effect.
Do you ever have nobody say, I have a great story, but you just instinctively know that that's a story, or there's an angle there that you'd like to approach that may not be so obvious?
Yeah. So when Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn Jenner and all of that was happening national, of course, I was so drawn into that because it's a topic that I really know nothing about. And so when a hot topic is happening and I know nothing about it, I want to know something about it, especially before I talk about it or base any type of opinion or judgment on it. So it was such a hot topic that I went directly to Linda and I said, I think that we need to do a story on transgender Ocala, because if it's happening there, it's happening here, and maybe we can provide a voice while it's such a topic of conversation. And so I had even approached her about possibly putting, doing something with the cover, and then when, who was it that, now I just drew a blank. Caitlyn Jenner was on the cover of one of those national
Vanity Fair.
Vanity Fair, yes.
Okay.
And I was like, dang it, but that's the way our minds are working.
Do you know there was a story that we had yesterday? Was Constitution Day, and we had this piece about things about America you may not have ever known. So here's what I'll tell you about this. It's got a gender changing story in it from the 1890s, I think it was.
Really?
No, they didn't really change their gender, not like they can do now, but. So there's a story about in Ellis Island, a lot of the immigrants who had hard to pronounce names had their names Americanized. Well, it's a myth that it was the Ellis Island immigration workers that changed them. They never changed anything. If the passenger on the boat wrote it a certain way, that's the way they wrote it. If they couldn't read their handwriting, they might have made a mistake. But if somebody changed your name, spelled, let's say your last name, Heart.
Right.
You don't have to abide by that. There's no rule that says you have to change your name. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, the only name that was intentionally changed was a lady who wanted to become a man. She came over here on one of the boats and they said, well, I want to be a man. So they gave her a name, Frank, and she went on.
Well, it's not that easy, that's for sure. But it is interesting that these hot topics go back into history. But
went quick today.
Yes, it sure did. So everybody, please like us on Facebook, Ocala Magazine. Go to ocalamagazine.com to read our digital issue. We've always got news and topics and giveaways. and you don't want to miss it.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks, Larry.
The Marines may not be looking for a few good women to serve in some frontline combat roles.
The Corps is reportedly expected to ask the Pentagon to keep certain positions closed to women. The report comes after the Marine Corps conducted a months-long simulated combat experiment. Among the results, that women were injured twice as often as their male counterparts.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. Donald Trump under fire for not correcting a man who says the president is not an American and is a Muslim, now out with a statement saying...
The bigger issue is that Obama is waging a war against Christians in this country.
Fox's Martha McCallum. And a man who stole a cell phone from a shop in New Jersey, returning it 4 days later with a note apologizing, saying he was in a desperate situation out of work. His kids are in need and he's sorry. Owners of the business say they're not interested in pursuing charges, but police say detectives are still carrying out the investigation. Fox News, we report, you decide.
And now, a touching moment. Well, staying in touch with Geico.
It was a warm summer day. I was just sitting on a porch watching a babbling